All right, the other neat thing here we can do with this is weld bead. This one's pretty neat. Weld bead can do, especially if you're wanting to see or guesstimate, how many inches of weld you're doing. We can click on a weld bead here. I'm just going to go ahead and take here. And notice here between these faces here, we get somewhat, or let me drink, let's do, I can make a big one. Okay, with this. So when I click OK here, what we're going to get here is a big, huge representation here in this caterpillar looking piece. Now, this is not a solid body. This is just a gigantic visual, there we go, representation of that weld. Okay, and take a look here. When I added that on here, if I look up here, I have weld folder. Okay, and if I look here in the, once the weld is, that weld bead is created, I can go into its properties, and now this is pretty cool. We can tell it what material we want. We can tell it what process we want. We can tell it how much, again, knowing the material, what is the mass per unit length, what's the cost, how long is it going to do? All this information can be pulled out in a bill of material. Okay, that way we could guesstimate based off of that welding. I don't know a lot of companies potentially using this, but it's a great way, especially if you had a really big job. How much welding is needed, okay, for something like this? Because you may not know. Right, with it there. So we can tweak on those properties if we need to get, again, different weld there. Okay. Now, one of the things I didn't do with this gusset here, let me go back to this for a second. Okay. What if we got to weld down this inside corner? Okay. We do have an option, okay, with this button here to chamfer on the inside as well. So maybe I want to make a band, okay, with that. Okay, to leave that open. Maybe something's going to sit inside here. Maybe it's drainage. Again, and more importantly, we need some hole for a weld to get down there, unless for some reason not planning on doing welding right at that particular junction. All right, so we can do something like that. And once again here, okay, I can click this all around. We can get this to go, again, well, all around. All right, now we did one weld path. We can click just like we can do new, new group. We can do a new weld path and do another one. You can define the weld symbol, or once the weld symbol is created, you can double click on it and then tweak it to however you'd like. Notice we can do intermittent welding if we'd like to. So we got all sorts of different choices here. And, oh, I hit escape out of there. Oh, no, I didn't. I've just got some graphics here turned off. Yep, I'm having a little bit of a glitch here in my viewing. So what we should see, that is weird. Should see something like this over there. I'm not sure why. Again, just having a little bit of a graphics glitch. No big deal. Okay, and we'd see that representation. The nice thing is, what we could do with this, when we do this, like we're seeing here, is I could send this to an e-drawing to a fabricator, and we'd have the weld specs all set out here. So they could, based off of that, instead of, say, a drawing, look at it via e-drawings, use the measuring tool, bill of material can be placed in a part file, and we could push that, okay, to them for costing, okay, with that.